Marcus Annaeus Lucanus, his dates are AD 39 to 65, wrote an epic poem titled Bellum Civili, or Civil War. In it, he recounts the moment when Julius Caesar reaches the river Rubicon with his legions. Ancient Roman law forbid a general from entering Rome with an army. As Lucanus and history inform us, Caesar did just that. He crossed the Rubicon and in so doing precipitated civil war. Those who over the years have heard me speak about the making of Gettysburg and Gods and Generals will know that I've confessed to working within the tradition of the epic. With the current tempest in a teapot over Christopher Nolan's anticipated Odyssey, we know that the epic has been part of humanity's story since time immemorial. The epic can be traced through the poets of antiquity, through the Renaissance, and into the modern era in monumental dramatic works such as Richard Wagner's Ring of the Nibelungen or Abel Gance's cinematic masterpiece from the silent era, Napoleon. Both Gettysburg and Gods and Generals were conceived of and written in the epic tradition. This is not a superficial construct. At its core is a decision to embrace two dimensions simultaneously: the actual present moment and its resonances through time. In other words, Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain is an officer in the 20th Maine at the Battle of Fredericksburg in 1862, and also the eternal soldier confronted with an age-old tale, one which has been played out over and over and will be so again, again, and again. This conceptual approach is embodied in every frame of both films. In this scene from the movie Gods and Generals, we see Chamberlain and the 20th Maine deployed on Stafford Heights, overlooking the Rappahannock River and the town of Fredericksburg, defended by the Confederate Army. Before he enlisted in the Union Army, Chamberlain was a professor of rhetoric and religion at Bowdoin College in Maine. He was proficient in Latin and Greek and one of the most educated citizens of his day. He was deeply read in the classics, which most likely included Cicero, Virgil, and Marcus Lucanus. To put the words of Lucanus's Bellum Civili into any other character in my movie would have been foolish. But to put them into an observation by Chamberlain struck me as the perfect way to connect the American Civil War with all others everywhere in time and space. This is the dimension of the epic form. So in this speech, what Chamberlain sees is not only Lincoln's army crossing the Rappahannock in 1862, but Caesar's crossing the Rubicon in 49 BCE.
In the Roman Civil War, Julius Caesar knew he had to march on Rome itself, which no legion was permitted to do. Marcus Lucanus left us a chronicle of what happened. How swiftly Caesar had surmounted the icy Alps, and in his mind conceived immense upheavals, coming war. When he reached the water of the little Rubicon, clearly to the leader through the murky night appeared a mighty image of his country in distress. Grief in her face, her white hair streaming from her tower-crowned head. With tresses torn and shoulders bare, she stood before him and sighing said, "Where further do you march? Where do you take my standards, warriors? If lawfully you come, if as citizens, this far only is allowed." Then trembling struck the leader's limbs, his hair grew stiff, and weakness checked his progress, holding his feet at the river's edge. At last he speaks. "O Thunderer, surveying great Rome's walls from the Tarpeian rock, O Phrygian house gods of Eulus, clan and mysteries of Quirinus, who was carried off to heaven. O Jupiter of Latium, seated in lofty Alba and hearths of Vesta, O Rome, equal to the highest deity, favor my plans. Not with impious weapons do I pursue you. Here am I, Caesar, conqueror of land and sea, your own soldier everywhere. Now, too, if I am permitted. The man who makes me your enemy, it is he, will be the guilty one. Then he broke the barriers of war, and through the swollen river swiftly took his standards. And Caesar crossed the flood and reached the opposite bank. From Hesperia's forbidden fields, he took his stand and said, "Here I abandon peace and desecrated law. Fortune, it is you I follow. Farewell to treaties. From now on, war is our judge." Hail, Caesar. We who are about to die salute you.
If you enjoyed this scene, you can see the entire movie in either its theatrical version or in the extended director's cut, in DVD Blu-ray, or in instant streaming if you'd like to see it right now, at Amazon Prime.